So after my session last week, I had a really good week. I had a really great week. I had great conversations with my husband. Um, I was able just to approach those in a different way that was really understanding. I've learned that I like to clarify what I want out of the conversation. So again, like the conversation that I had the week prior about going on my trip was at first met with a lot of opposition. But the next conversation that I had, I broke it down and I said, listen, this is a conversation that I don't want your approval. I want your understanding. And just kind of setting those boundaries for what I wanted from the conversation, I think really helped it to be productive and lead towards my goal. And I'm proud to say that we talked about it. I was able to explain it in a way that he understood and that I'm going to move forward with my trip. I've kind of started getting it planned out. Everything just feels so right, and I'm really excited about it. So we should be hearing about that in the next few weeks. Um, but I also felt so great after my conversation that I decided to go above and beyond and do like a bunch of hard things. I made a dentist appointment, which is something that I absolutely hate. Like, I have anxieties about the dentist that I've really been working on. I made like my regular chiropractor appointment. I also searched out some information on weight loss, which has been a challenge for me and something that I've never really focused on when I should. And then I also made some time to help with I made an appointment with a massage therapist to help with my tension migraines. So kind of being proactive with that. Like I just did a lot of hard things, including I made an appointment to see a physical therapist. After the birth of my first baby, I had a uterine prolapse. It's something that hasn't necessarily impacted me physically a lot, but it has impacted me emotionally. Obviously something that's kind of hard to deal with. So finally admitting and seeking care for that, I can't tell you how hard that is and how far away I was from that just a month or two ago. So that was a huge step for me. So doing those things, of course there were some problems that were put in front of me. I have 5 cavities. I'm really not excited about that, and I don't understand how it happened. May have something to do with my coffee addiction, so we may be moving towards black coffee. My daughter had cavities. I also learned that they did her first X-ray since she's 5 now, and she's missing one of her adult teeth. That was really hard for me to take. And then also I'm gonna meet a lot more challenges with my weight loss journey moving forward than I thought that I was. And just hearing that my road to recovery from my prolapse is a long journey. It's something that I knew, but to hear it from the physical therapist it was hard. So I felt really defeated and I was really emotional and just feeling like that I'm mad at the world feeling without digging in deeper. Like I felt that kind of taking over. So I was so thankful for my session today with Hannah so that I could really dig into it. We realized that I like to be perfect. I mean, I knew it to an extent, but I learned it even more that when I don't know the outcome of something, when I don't know how it's going to go, I don't know if I'm going to be good at it, I really kind of fight it. And and that's admitting that to somebody was really hard, and admitting that fear that I would fail to somebody was really hard. And I realized that I always blame things on me being I'm not this super organized person. If we've ever had an appointment, there's a good chance that I was 5 minutes late, because that's kind of my standard. And I've just never had a good schedule, and I look at other people that do and I'm so envious of them. And I blamed it a lot on my not failures, but just not huge successes. So I realized that I'm really kind of falling victim to that feeling, and I need to choose that I need to make a choice whether I want to start sticking to that schedule, making a schedule and sticking to it, or if I just want to succumb to the fact that I can have things and I can do things without having that strict schedule and not being that super organized person. Um, and it felt really good. It felt really good just to realize that I can succeed by being me and I don't have to be someone else. And that their way isn't necessarily the right way. My way's the right way, whatever I figure out. Um, so that was really great. And just acknowledging that, yeah, I did meet some roadblocks with those advancements that I made. They weren't necessarily unexpected, and I just need to kind of welcome those and break those down and move through those. Um, so the value was finding substance behind the feelings. So my immediate feeling is here, my overwhelmed feeling, and then kind of digging deeper. Well, here's disappointment. Here's fear. Here's just whatever's holding me back, like moving beyond disappointment and finding that substance in the equation. And then my acknowledgement for the week was just admitting fears. That's something that I'm not good at. I always have to be powerful. I always have to be in charge. I always have to be great at things. So admitting that my fears were holding me back and admitting what those were was a big thing for me. Also, at Hannah's suggestion, I'm doing this video, just kind of sharing with everybody my struggles and just showing, that I'm a real person. Normally, I would have made every excuse in the world not to do this. I would have come up with 100 excuses before I either did it or just let it go. And, after our session, I came home. I threw on some makeup. For some reason, perfume. Because I guess you guys can smell me. I don't know if it just makes me feel better. And I just did it. So I didn't talk myself out of it. And the biggest takeaway for me from the day was that my plan moving forward, so what I wanted to accomplish for the next week, was to set a bedtime for myself and a wake up time, and not hit the snooze button. Hannah really shared with me the fact that the snooze is just us setting ourselves up to talk ourselves out of things for the rest of the day, and that totally made sense to me because I'm a habitual snoozer. And yeah, so I have my set bedtime for the week, and I have my set wake up time. So regardless of how tired I am, like that's what time I'm getting up, and whether the kids are up or whether the kids are in bed, like that's what time I'm getting up. So I'm gonna commit to that for the next week. So I need you guys to hold me accountable for it, and I'll let you know how things go next week.